morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. So today is the day before Christmas Eve. We are doing a bunch of toy organizing. So I wasn't planning on filming this, but then I showed you guys on Instagram like the bins and stuff that I had bought to organize the toys, and you guys were like, please film it. So here we are. You'll be watching this in the new year. Maybe you need just some help with like decluttering all the toys that your kids just got, like the old toys, make room for new toys. I have no idea what this is gonna end up looking like or what this footage is going to entail, but we are going to be organizing today. This is literally where we're starting today. I came downstairs from taking like Sean up for a nap, and Joe is downstairs going through what we call the random bin. So I have shown you guys in the past our little cubby cube situation that we use to store the toys, but we always have one little bin, like one of these, that's like for anything that doesn't have a home. So then this is what you end up with in the random bin, and it is absolutely atrocious. I'm sure I'm triggering every single one of you guys watching, but that is why we are doing what we're doing today. What did you do? You just like made piles of like jewelry, lip glosses, like you kind of separated different toys into different categories. What we did buy is we bought a whole bunch of these bins. So we have smaller size bins that look like this, and they all have lids. So we've got smaller size ones, and then we've got these that are a little bit bigger. And then I also bought these little like zipper pouches that I've seen everywhere that people use to like store toys like this. So my plan is to, you know, put some stuff in bins, put some stuff in Ziplocs, kind of figure out how we can better organize the toys. I got the Ziplocs in different sizes, so some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. I know a lot of people use these for like puzzles and things. Maybe we'll put stuff like in Ziplocs, and then we'll put stuff like in the bins. Like that's what we kind of have to figure out, because this just is not working right now in terms of how we store the toys. We always display a certain amount of toys here, but let me show you where the toy storage is. So here you go. Right now, this is what our toy storage looks like, and this is not what we want it to look like. There's a whole bunch of just random toys thrown here, so we are going to declutter, and then the idea is to take bins like the ones that we just got, and maybe some of these if we still need extra, and to be able to like stack bins and stack toys by categories, because just like having stuff like thrown all on the shelves like this doesn't make it easy to rotate toys, and there are toys here that we just don't need anymore. So again, this is just the before. I have no idea what the after is going to look like, but hopefully it looks a lot better than this, because this is just freaking crazy right now. All right, so Joe's just going back and like putting stuff where it belongs. Like if it does actually have a home, he's trying to find the actual home for the things.
Well, these have homes. Like,
not everything.
Like this is that set. The bows, I don't know what you do with this. This is all Barbie stuff.
Like all that jewelry, I don't think we've ever had a home.
I don't know where that
for the jewelry, so maybe we get like a Ziploc like this for all the pretend jewelry and stuff. If you're gonna use it, Mama. If not, I can donate it.
No, I use it, so thank you. Just not my wand. That's really special to me. I use it all the time.
Okay, but all of this can go in one place. So ideally, this is what things are gonna look like, right? Like we're gonna have a whole bin just for dinosaurs, and like all of the dinos would go in that bin. These bins, you'll probably ask me where they're from, and I can't link them because they used to be sold at Target, but they don't sell them anymore. But like all of this is Polly Pocket stuff, so all of that goes there. And these are like some little erasers that Riley likes to play with. So they all have a home. This bin over here is gonna be our Generation doll stuff that was also like in here, but now there's a bunch of random pom-poms down there, which I don't know why. So all of this is like Generation doll accessories. Riley had like a little vet set for the Generation dolls. So that's gonna go there. All right, so in this cubby over here, we have like a bunch of new things that the kids have gotten, like specific Lego sets. These were like Lego sets that Riley got for her birthday, a Barbie set, a Frozen play set. So I had just put them in like Ziploc bags like this. But now that we have those other mesh bags, I'm thinking of switching them to that. I feel like it looks obviously a lot better than just a bunch of random Ziplocs. And then you know Joe is serious when he brought out like the legit trash can from the garage, because there's just so much stuff to throw away. These are all just like random little knickknacks and stuff that we are throwing in the garbage, that don't serve a purpose, that we don't need in the house. So farewell. So you see, this was something that was in a Ziploc. Like we had put like this little Frozen playset in a Ziploc. So now we have a little bin for it with all the Frozen figurines. So when she wants to play with her Frozen set, this is what will come out. Okay, this. certain things that we're gonna need like a bigger bin for, because like Paw Patrol vehicles, for example, those are not gonna all fit in one of those bins.
Correct.
Because
We can separate. We don't need 2 Marshalls.
according to Jackson, yes you do.
You don't.
But all of this is like Paw Patrol figurines and Paw Patrol vehicles.
And we don't need
Oh,
2 chasers.
Okay, so what I've been doing in here is trying to like grab loose toys, grab toys that I think the kids really do enjoy playing with, giving them to Joe so he can put them in a bin. And then I've been trying to like arrange stuff here on the shelves. Like these are puzzles for the most part. So like the puzzles don't need to go in a bin. The puzzles very much can stack like that. Then there's other things that I think I might need, like maybe like one bin for all the remote control cars. Maybe that would be like a good use of a bin. Like that's like the hardest part, is like figuring out how I want to store things by type, or figuring out like how it makes sense to keep stuff, because we have like random loose remote control cars here. We have another one here. It's like a Batmobile. Like what do we do with them so that we know where they are and they're not just like taking up space on the shelf like that. See, like some of these things were just like sitting in the garage in baskets. So now we have a bin. This is like all of Jackson's ABC letters, like his little ABC letter train. So that's gonna go in a bin. These are a bunch of wooden, like Melissa and Doug cars and stuff. So maybe instead of them being 2 separate things like this, we put them all together in one place, since they can kind of be played together. So just to give you an idea, this is the sort of thing that has just been sitting on a shelf in my garage. It's like this logic game from Love Every that has like these little pictures, and then the kids have to arrange the boats and like the little peg people in that, in like whatever way that the pictures say. So instead of having it sit like this, I think I can put it in one of these bags, and that way I'm not like worried in the garage that everything's gonna like spill, and then we can just kind of like put it either in a bin, or it can just like sit on the shelf like that. I feel like we can just make better use of the space. Now like this, we have one activity that I can bring out for the kids if we're doing homeschool, if I need something for them to play with or like work on independently. I feel like this little system with the Ziplocs is gonna work really well. All right, so here are some of the kids' most used toys, like the pizza set from Melissa and Doug. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put, thanks Jackson, we're gonna put all of the accessories, I think, like in a Ziploc like that, in one of these bags. That way we can store them better in the garage and they're not like falling all over the place. Joe's doing the same thing with like the sandwich stacker. So all of these toys are great, but they have like 500 different little parts. So those are gonna all go together. All right, this is where we're at the moment. We have made some progress. Like, look at those bins over there. Those are pretty organized. But Joe's over here with Jackson, trying to figure out which cars they're gonna keep.
This one, there's one of these.
There's another one of those? How are you even deciding which ones you're keeping? You. Like these are all of Joe's tiny cars, like the micro machines from when he was little.
I'm just trying to get rid of the ones that are broken.
Which ones are we keeping? These?
The bigger ones, yeah.
And then all of these we're not keeping?
Yes.
Okay, so we're getting rid of just a few of them. Okay, that's at least better than nothing. Jackson, can we get rid of some of them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah? Which ones can we get rid of?
It's been pretty good, actually.
The broken ones.
Only the broken ones?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We have all these bins. I really want to go see if I have a label maker to see if I can label them. But we've got stuff like, you know, a vet set and doctor set and some more little figurines. These are calico critters. So we're trying to, again, just continue to group stuff by, you know, like what kind of toy it is. This is like a bin of like all peg people. All of this stuff is like doll accessories. By the way, yes, I know that this still is a lot of toys, because that's gonna be like the #1 comment that I get like when I post this video. Yes, it's a lot of toys, and if you happen to be new to the channel, there's a couple things that you should know about my kids. So first of all, I have a 6-year-old girl, I have a 4-year-old boy. Now I have a newborn. So we have like different varieties of toys for different age groups, the different, you know, like boy-girl toys. And on top of that, I homeschool my kids. So my kids are here all day long. Most of the week is just them here at home, and they do play with these toys. Like my kids are very good. Like I'll share on Instagram like what the kids are doing. A lot of times the comments that I get are like, how do you get your kids to play independently? How do you get them to play so well? My kids play with toys super well. They do a lot of independent play on their own. Now that they're older, they play together. So they do a lot of pretend play together. So having this stuff, I promise you, like, yes, it's a mess, and yes, like, we're organizing it now to make my life easier, to make Joe's life easier, but it does make my life easier in a sense to have toys that they can grab, that they can play with, instead of having them here going, oh my god, I'm so bored, I have nothing to do, or then like getting into like trouble, which they still find ways to do anyway. But point is, like, we like to have a variety of different things that they can play with. So yes, it can be overwhelming, but that's why we're trying to develop more systems, and that's something that we've been continuing to work and to like refine and like try to perfect, I guess is what I'm trying to say, for the past 6 years. Like ever since I had kids and started getting toys into the home, this has just been something that we've done like trial and error. We've done big bins when we've done like big toy rotations before, so maybe you want to check those out here on my channel too. I'll try to link them, because everybody's toy organization system is going to be different. What works for some people may not work for others, and the biggest thing about my house is that we don't have a playroom. We have no room other than here in the main living space, which is unfortunate because I wish that we could hide our toys better and not have things all over my house. But we don't have a separate playroom. We do keep some of the kids' toys in the kids' room, but the kids share a room, so it's not like there's even a lot of space in there for toys. So all that to say, we're just doing our best to organize things, to have everything have a home, and then yes, to downsize and declutter where we can. But the kids, like, there's a lot of stuff that they do like to play with. Alright, so we have been at this for a while, and I think that we're towards like the end, because there's still like a few like little random piles of toys here in the living room, but some of the stuff we're relocating upstairs to the kids' rooms. So like anything with Barbies goes up in Riley's room, because that's where she has her Barbie dream house. She also has like some dress up stuff that's gonna go up in her room. But I'm gonna go and show you the garage. I think it looks a lot better as far as like the toy storage than it did when we first started. And now it's nice because we know what they have, and then we know that, you know, in 2 days when Christmas comes, like we know where we can put new toys and like what categories things are in. So I'm gonna do a quick little before shot of what the garage looked like. And now let me go and show you what it looks like now. So here is what it is looking now. I'm gonna take you on a quick little tour of like what things are and like what categories of toys we've got. In a perfect world, I would have time to like label everything. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait until after Christmas to label everything. That way I'm sure of like that's where it's gonna go. But I think that now we have less like loose parts all over the place. I'll tell you kind of what we did here. We're keeping the kids like pizza set and the sandwich set, the ice cream set, but the accessories, like I had told you guys, we put all in like these little mesh bags. So now if the kids are gonna play with the pizza set, like if they request that, I can bring this little envelope and the set out, and then there's like a home for everything. Think up here, this is the smoothie set. So the smoothie set has its own little pouch. On this shelf is some of like the bigger stuff that obviously doesn't fit in a bin. So the little people house that I've saved for Sean. This is a Melissa and Doug barn that the kids can play with. These are some big Mega Blocks, Lincoln Logs, and then we've got this little spiral toy that I'm gonna bring out for Sean. This over here too is a stroller for Riley's doll stuff. And then in the next shelf, these are Hot Wheels tracks. This is like a random Love Every educational toy. There were a couple things that are like loose on the shelf. Like these are some of Jackson's like bigger, like this is like a little airplane and his Paw Patrol truck. We've got a house that they can play with, a wooden house. And then this pouch right here has, it's kind of like hard for me to show you, but it's got these things for when the kids play with their train track to build like wooden houses that can go with the train track. And then down here I've got a car ramp. This is a Noah's Ark toy, so it's really cute because it's got all the animals that are here in the pouch. So they play with Noah's Ark and they match the animals, and it's kind of like a shape sorter but with the animals. And then all of this here is puzzles, like I had mentioned to you guys, just like random puzzles. And then a couple of the bigger toys. This is like another wooden doctor set and a like track set that Jackson likes. What I had Joe do is, this is all of the kids' train pieces, but I do know that they're getting more train stuff for Christmas. So now we have like a giant bin that when they get their new stuff, you know, we can just throw it all in here, and then when they want to play their train stuff, this whole bin will come out. Then up here, I guess I'll just start at the top. We have Lego things, we have Polly Pockets, Those are some of Jackson's Paw Patrol vehicles. I have a couple loose Love Every toys. This was like the rainbow stacker. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but every time I have it on a shelf, it like falls, all the little pieces fall. So now it's in a nice little envelope and it's easy to grab. And this is their Love Every block set. This is actually a tool bench that I'm gonna save for Sean. I do wish I had like another way to enclose that, so I'm gonna work on that. But this is like the most satisfying thing right here, just that a lot of these toys have these smaller little bins, and then I could just like label them in the front and then know where everything goes. So I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can. This is like hairdresser makeup, pretend makeup stuff for Riley. This is Calico Critters, which may need a bigger bin because I know that she's getting some for Christmas. So Calico Critters, this is Army Men stuff. This is Riley's tea set. So when she does like tea party, pretend play, all that stuff is there. Cars for Jackson. This is a like, you take care of a little horse play set, and then those are the Frozen toys, and then these are like other princess figurines and toys that Riley plays with. More doctor stuff. This is peg people and like wooden cars and wooden peg people. This is their dentist set. This is a little Lego set that I think that Sean is gonna like to play with. We have Joe's Micro Machines. This is a camping pretend play set. This is Jackson's little letter train, and then this I believe is a vet set. Down here, these are like the bigger bins. So I think it worked out that some of them are bigger and some of them are smaller. But I do like that they're all uniform, so they all stack. Because in the past, we've had a bunch of different like bins, and then they don't stack, and they all look like all out of whack. You lose the tops. I like that these have these tops that open and close. Anyway, this is OG doll stuff. And these are some Love Every toys. These are those Melissa and Doug wooden cars that I had shown you guys. And then over here we have magnet tiles, which for sure is going to need a bigger bin because they're getting more for Christmas. And then these are just more of Jackson's cars. Both of those are cars. And then it's hard for me to show you. These are remote control cars. This is Jackson's like tool stuff. So there's a bunch of tools and pretend play, construction, uniform stuff. And then down here I believe is doll stuff. So in order to get that stuff, I'll have to kind of play Tetris until some of this stuff in the garage is moved out of the way. But I think that that's going to work out really good. I do have a bunch of random stuffies here because the kids are still obsessed with stuffed animals, but I don't know, I can't have them all in my house, so at least I have a bin that I can just keep them out here, and then if they forget about it too long, I can donate them, and if they ask for one, then I can grab some. And then I was telling Joe, I think in a perfect world, we'd have one more shelf here along the garage wall, but right now we don't. So we do have just like a couple things just randomly stacked. These are more of Jackson's Paw Patrol toys, and then we have a bin of dinos because the kids do play with their dinos. And then these two bins are the ones that I really wanted to show you what's inside of each of these. Anything that I felt we could just store in one of these pouches, I did. So a lot of these are like learning activities or a lot of their figurines. For now, I'm just gonna have them stored like this, but again, I can get some new bins and kind of store it a little nicer. But so you're able to see what's in here. These are like some foam road pieces that the kids play with if they're playing like with their magnet tiles. They make like little cities and stuff. So we have those. We also have like Jackson's little road mat that he plays with. So those are both like kind of expansion on stuff that they already have. In here, I'm gonna hope that you can kind of tell through, but here we have some animal figurines. These are like ocean animals. So in here we have like whales and dolphins. So if I do like a sensory bin that's about the ocean, I can just bring this out. And then likewise, these are all farm animals. You can see like the horse and stuff. So we can do farm sensory bin or pretend play. These are those popsicles that match the lowercase letter with the uppercase letter. So this is going to be like an educational activity that I use for homeschool with Jackson. Also this is like another ABC activity. It's like a little bus, and then you put the letters in here and it tells them the letters. So that's actually a magnet that I can use on the refrigerator. And then this is like that little boat thing that I had shown you guys earlier. So all of those things, I now know that they are here, and we can take them out like one at a time. I can reach for them again when I do sensory play with them. Point is that I know where these things are, and they are not like a jumbled mess, and I'm never gonna just like give the kids access to all of those at once. They'll stay here, and I can just like bring them out more controlled. And then in here, kind of same concept. We have those little eraser things that Riley likes to play with. More figurines, more little animal figurines. The kids just have always loved those. These are some Paw Patrol ones. And then these are, I believe Joe did like a little bin of Lightning McQueen cars. So out of all the cars that he has, this one is all the like, you know, Pixar, Disney Pixar cars ones. And these are some smaller Paw Patrol ones. This is a Little Mermaid that Riley likes to play with. And then My Little Pony figurines. And then these are the most random thing, you guys, but the kids love them. them. Like seriously, this is what the kids like to play with. They are these microscopic little tiny squishy animals. So we're gonna keep them all together because if not, imagine like how do you keep track of those in your house? They asked for some more for Christmas, so they can all go in there in that little envelope. Hey guys, so several days have passed, Christmas has come and gone, and I wanted to show you finally like what the toy situation in the garage looked like. Just to close out the video and show you what things, you know, ended up looking like in there. I was able to finally like label things, and overall like this system and just like storing the toys this way has made a huge difference, I think, in just like the ease of rotating the toys, knowing like what the kids have taken out. I feel like it has made a difference. So let me just show you what it looks like. Not a whole lot has changed. Like all the big toys are still kind of like how I showed you, maybe a couple new things because the kids did get a couple new things for Christmas, so like that wasn't there before. But this, you guys, is what the bulk of the toys look like. The bins are now labeled, which really makes me very, very happy. There's a bin missing here because the kids took out their dinos this morning, so I know exactly what is missing. And then all of these that are empty, those are toys that the kids are actively playing with that are in their cubbies. But it's so cool because I can come out here and literally know that in the cubbies, they're playing with their tool set, the calico critters, the doll accessories. Like I know what is out and what is missing, and then when it's time to put it away, I know exactly where it goes. So that has been awesome. I think other than that, pretty much everything else is kind of the same. We still have like all of the labeled, for the most part, I think I did label all of these. There's a lot of like little miscellaneous like play sets in these little Ziploc things. So I'm just keeping them in bins here so that way I know if the kids ask for them, you know, this is where I can go and grab them. But everything is like nice and organized, not like loose parts all over the garage, so that makes me happy. And then in this bin, this is like my sensory figurines bin, which is really, really nice because if I'm making any kind of like sensory play thing for the kids, I know exactly which figurines I can grab. So like these are little fairies, a bunch of different animals, we've got army men's, trains. So each little like play set that the kids got, these are like their tiny little gummy animals that I had shown you earlier, they are all here. So if we're gonna do figurine play, I can grab them and then I can put them back when we are done. And I feel like that has made a huge difference because the kids do a lot of sensory play, and this just keeps it nice and neat. And then I do have one bin over here. Obviously this will go changing as Sean gets older, but these are just other toys of Sean's that he's not playing with right now. He got like a music set for Christmas. So some of the ones that he's not playing with, we just made one giant bin that says Sean's toys since he's still little. And a lot of these toys are just like big, you know, toys that I don't think they need like their own individual bin. We've got like a Play-Doh kitchen set that they got for Christmas. I don't think there's too many new things here, honestly, but everything is again nice and organized and labeled, and it's making me so happy. So anyway, that is it for today's video. I just didn't want to leave you hanging. So that is what it looks like now. Obviously throughout the vlogs, I'll keep updating you on how it's going, and you guys will see the kids playing with their toys like in action. But I hope this gave you some motivation, inspiration to like, if your house is a cluttered toy mess and you don't know what to do with the toys, maybe just like one thing that I shared, maybe you implement that too. So I'll have links to all the bins and like the little Ziploc things down below in the description box if you want to use them. Maybe they will be helpful to you. Just find some kind of system that works for you, because I know that toy storing and, you know, having the toys all over the place is just insane these days. So I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.